mean, it should cover anything.
Welcome to the Prisoner to Painter podcast, stories of inspiration, where we talk about mental health, addiction, religion, becoming a business owner and self-sufficient, for what, when, where, and why. Join us and we can be your local hope dealer.
Inspiration and dedication. I came a long way from sleeping in them pages. I got my life back, I feel amazing. Life's a book, don't get stuck on sad pages. Rainy days with no money, hard work lead to days that are sunny. Looking back, it was all needed. The problems, the pain, the trauma, the grieving. You are now tuned into the prisoner to painter. Prisoner to painter. Hard work, dedication. Rainy days, inspiration. Prisoner to painter.
And now, a word from your local hope dealer.
Oh, geez, just a whole mess. Yeah.
So we are waiting on Facebook.
Perfect, but the other one's live.
Yeah, like I said,
We'll start.
there we go.
Sometimes that counts.
We're live.
Perfect. So, welcome to the Prisoner to Painter podcast. I'm Nathan McDermott.
And I am Katie McDermott.
And today joining us is Kris Benson.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming on. Thank you for having the courage to tell your story. This one I'm super excited for. We always have to guest from childhood to where they are now. It's about the same, like the same setup. This one I'm excited. We're trying something different. We're mainly talking about Relay for Life. Clearly I support anything that helps people. But this is clearly you're passionate about, so I'm excited to hear about this. Katie?
So before we get started with asking a bunch of questions, do you mind giving us a brief synopsis of who you are and what you do?
So I'm Kris Benson. I started as a team. Well, I started out just walking with a team, and then I became a team captain, which we'll get into that later. And then I've been a team coach. I am the team lead, I guess would be called, for entertainment activities. I plan all the activities, all the entertainment, all the games we play, all that fun stuff. And I also do team recognition.
Awesome. See, we had I don't know why I mansplain, so I'm just gonna mansplain. We had one guy come on. He's like, "Man, I've been watching your show, and I always wait till the end to hear about what they do." And he's like, "Why don't you ask them in the beginning?" So that's what we started doing. And I don't know if it makes any difference, but we do it now. So, but that's really super cool. Because I know people just walk for Relay for Life, not downplaying it, but I didn't know that you were as involved as what you are. So that's
For me, there is no off season.
Okay.
It's starting out sometimes the day after our event. Oh man, I want to do this next year. So I'm writing down ideas, or we're thinking fundraising or whatever. So it's just, there's not an off season.
and for people that don't know, Relay for Life is for cancer.
Yeah, that is the American Cancer Society's used to be 24-hour event. They all used to be. A lot of them have gone to 6 hours.
Okay.
We stick with about we're 22 hours.
Okay. Wow. So 22-hour walk or just a 22-hour?
Yeah, 22-hour walk, which in the night, it kind of dies down a little bit. We need for people to come out and be up at night and be energetic at night, because most of my games run at night. I need people to come play my games.
Yeah. When is the next one?
We don't have a date 100% yet. We'll be setting that here soon. We have to wait for the NASCAR schedule.
Okay.
NASCAR tends to run, sometimes if they do the August race, it'll cut into our time. Usually we're the first full Friday, Saturday in August.
Well, you can count us in being there. My Uncle Dennis, unfortunately got cancer. I don't know.
He has, I don't know if it's non-Hodgkin's or if it's lymphoma or leukemia. I think it's in his blood. I know that.
Either way, this subject hits kind of close to home, and clearly support anybody who's come on, but we will 100% be there.
Our actual next event is the Grass Lake Relay, which is the sister to Jackson County, and that one's October 3rd.
Okay.
With a football game.
Awesome. That's 3 days before my birthday. Thank you. Yeah. So, sorry, this, we're going to work through this.
It's a learning curve right now.
Yeah. No, but this is great. So Grass Lake does a sister event. How does Relay for Life like organize all these different walks? So how many are in Michigan, let's say?
There's got to be one in almost every county.
Oh, no kidding. Okay. All around the same time of year?
Some of them are different. The colleges tend to do theirs in the spring.
Okay.
And then the rest are just whenever they feel like they want to have their relay. Lansing's coming up here in a couple weeks, I believe.
Okay. And it's a fundraiser, correct?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So, you care to talk a little bit about that?
So teams, most people have teams.
Okay.
They do their own fundraising. They can get sponsorships from different businesses.
Awesome.
There's a whole sponsorship packet that gives them cool tiers and what they can do for their sponsorships.
Cool.
We've done t-shirt sales. There's teams that do bake sales. The guy that does Grass Lake Relay does a hot dog sale with 4th of July every year.
Awesome.
It's so many different fun things that are done throughout the year. In fact, him and I are talking pancake breakfast because who doesn't like pancakes?
Yeah.
So we're trying to get that rolling. And then at Relay, everybody has a table because we're all decked out. We've got our pop-up tents and tables and selling stuff and playing games. Dawn Foods does a pie toss
Cool.
and a cakewalk. And so, yeah, a lot of cool fundraising.
That was kind of I talked to myself. That's kind of a stupid question. Clearly, you raise money for the American Cancer Society. I don't know why. I was like, where does the money go? Hey, dummy.
It goes a lot of places.
Okay.
How did you get into what you do now, and why are you passionate about it?
So the first time I ever heard about Relay for Life, I was working as a temp at front of the court, and they said, we need extra people to come walk. And I'm like, well, what is it? And they kind of half explained it. And I'm like, okay, well, I can come out for a couple hours in the night and do a couple laps, I guess.
Yeah.
Ended up staying 5 hours.
Awesome.
And then had to take my daughter kindergarten school shopping the next morning with very blistered feet. And after that, her and I kind of walked with a couple other teams. We walked with our church. We walked with some friends. And then my aunt was diagnosed under 50 with colon cancer. And my daughter looked at me the day she passed and said, Mom, it's time we're having our own team. I don't care what you say. She was in 7th grade. And I said, you know what? That's what I've been waiting for, was you to make that decision. I wasn't going to make it for you.
Mm-hmm.
So we started our own team. We were at that time called Teens for a Cure because she was just a teenager.
Yeah.
After she wasn't a teenager anymore, we changed our name. We're Dream Believers.
Okay.
And just kind of rolled with it. And then I started doing the team coaching and just kind of went from there.
That's just so cool to me. Sorry, I'm losing at a loss for words. No, that's to me. If that was the only story, if that's the only part of the story that's successful in itself, because one of the things about us is inspiration, success, blah blah blah. That is inspiring and successful in itself. So you're Katie, can you help me here? I'm sorry.
I'm working on it.
Here. Pardon me, I apologize. So what is it like being a team captain?
It's a lot of work.
Okay.
It really is. And that's why I went into the team coaching when I did, because you've got to not only figure out what you're going to do as a team, you've got to get all these other people on board. You've got to get them to register. You've got to get them to try to raise funds. You've got to, who's going to show up and help set up tents? Who's going to bring what to relay? Who's got what?
Okay.
So what specific role do you play at an event?
Entertainment and activities is my big one because I have to run all the games and that kind of stuff, which my grandson is now my partner.
Okay.
Can't remember the exact word I gave him, his title, but he's my little co-partner. He's 11.
Mm-hmm.
He loves it. He helps me set up the games. He, of course, has to play them, but he loves it. He helps me decide what we're going to play.
So do you set up the whole event? Because it sounds like you do a lot.
We have a lot of people that set up the event.
Okay.
We'll pull in schools, like a lot of times their football team will come out and help stick posts in the ground and set stuff up and help set up our raffle. We have a raffle tent every year. So the football teams a lot of times come out and help set that all up. But yes, I am on the event leadership team, which helps plan all of our events.
I feel like I'm struggling because normally we do this different. So I'm just going to do the same thing we normally do, but a little different. So who was the most inspirational person when you first got into Relay for Life?
When I first started with it,
person that inspired you the most, or the person that inspired you the least, I guess. I mean,
You know, I can't pinpoint one specific person. Everybody was just, when I walked into the first meeting and everybody was welcoming. They were wonderful. What can we do to help? What do you need?
Awesome.
And, you know, we try to continue with that because, you know, we want new teams to come out. We want the inclusion of everybody. We want everyone to feel included to come out. Cancer doesn't pick and choose by race, color, or anything, so we shouldn't either.
Well, and I'm really, and some of these questions are going to be dumbed down because I really want people listening to understand, like on a kindergarten level. You know, I mean, really though, because it's like even some of the like some of the stuff I read about it, like it was hard to decide.
Some of it's hard for me.
Yeah. So
So how long have you been working, like in years or time?
My first one, my daughter was 5. She was going into kindergarten, and she's 32.
Okay,
Oh,
so
wow.
33. She's 33.
you've been doing this long.
Been doing
So
this for a long time, and we've had our own team. She was like 12 or 13 when we started our team. So,
And does each team like so your daughter, is there normally somebody that has cancer on the team?
yes.
Okay.
Usually, yes, because we try to get our survivors to register, and we want them to come out. They get a dinner, they get a T-shirt, they get a medal, they get whatever, and then we have a survivor walk, which now we do 2. We started that a couple years ago. We do one at 6 p.m., another one on Saturday at noon.
how do you feel about how the events have evolved and changed since you started to now?
It's kind of sad. Jackson County at one point had 700 survivors on the track.
Wow.
We don't have that anymore. Of course, COVID did a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It hurt a lot of things, but Jackson, I tell you what, I've questioned Jackson since I moved here from when I was younger. Jackson County steps up when it comes to relay. We are sitting at over $200,000 this year.
Nice.
Raised. The most we've ever done is close to 4. So
That's impressive. So my sister passed the SIDS, and we used to go on a walk every year. It's the kind of the same basis. You walk in and just walk laps and to raise money. I mean,
pretty much the only difference with some of those, like, remember the fun runs we did back when we were in school?
Yeah.
Somebody pledged $10 a mile or whatever. We don't do that. We just want straight. That way, if somebody just is on a team and maybe they are a patient, they can't make it out to relay, their donation still counts because they're not out there having to make those walks and do everything.
Awesome. You
Okay, so
Yeah,
what is
yeah,
something that somebody who has never been or heard of Relay for Life, what's something that they can expect to see when they come to an event?
A lot of people bring money. We have food trucks. We have every tent has something for sale. The way I've always described Relay, it is the most fun, emotional 24 hours you'll ever have in your life.
Okay, I got a follow-up question. Hold on.
So and I try not to bring any political or controversial views into it. Do you think what the money being raised for? Do you think the allocation of funds is proper? Like, do you think they're
Yes.
really helping cancer patients?
Yes.
Awesome.
I've actually talked to a couple of the researchers that have received grants.
Awesome.
We had one come to one of our meetings and talk to us.
That's cool.
So has working with this changed your perspective on community and cancer, or how has it changed?
It's definitely changed my perspective on Jackson County because, like I said, they step up. It's just crazy how much they step up. As for what changed my view on cancer, I mean, I've always been it's in my family, it's whatever. A few years ago, my best friend was diagnosed, and I helped her family be her caregiver, and that was rough. Taking her to appointments, which I have now done for 2 of my best friends. One beat it, the other one, unfortunately, we lost last year.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
And she had some scary stuff happen. She was at one of her appointments and had a bad reaction to the medicine. It builds up over time, and they had to quickly intercede and do some special medicine. And that was scary. Like, they asked her who the president was, and she's like, I have no idea. she couldn't answer. I'm starting to shake.
Yeah.
She just couldn't answer their questions. So they basically do the questions they do for a stroke patient.
Right.
So you've been doing this past 30 years. Sorry, I'm starting to get my footing here. So you've been doing this about the past 30 years. This is your story as well. So where were you working when you started this, and have you transformed into working for Relay for Life, or is it a volunteer basis?
It's all volunteer that I do. I've worked a couple different places that I've done retail most of my life.
Awesome.
But it's nice because the places I have worked have had teams and they know that I
Awesome.
do stuff. So it's, if they have questions throughout the day or throughout the year, they know they don't have to pick up the phone and call somebody, get online. They can be like, hey, we got a question about this or that. And I can try to help them.
Well, to be that dedicated to do something for a whole year and still having another job shows that you're dedicated to this. So that's wonderful. That is absolutely wonderful.
It's a lot of work. Last night I was supposed to be at a meeting for Grass Lakes Relay and wasn't able to make it, but they're getting ready for theirs and he wanted my opinion on a few things and I'm like, it's kind of cool.
Yeah. Is there like a planning committee that meets once a month or something, or do you guys just how?
We do. We meet. Well, we do take a few months off. Like I said, there's no downtime because we're all working behind the scenes constantly. But we do take pretty much some of the winter off, like November to maybe starting in October to January, and then we start meetings monthly. And then in usually February, March, we have our kickoff event where we invite the public, survivors to come and learn and come and have a meal with us, a little light snack, whatever. And then in March, we start full on. We have an ELT meeting every month. We have a Teams meeting every month. All kinds of fun stuff.
What is your favorite memory?
Working.
Relay for Life for the past 30 years.
There's a gentleman I met 15 years ago. Seeing him on that track every year. In fact, it took me a minute to find him this year. I always spot him. I always look for him, and I spotted him again this year. He's a survivor. So seeing him every year, and seeing all the survivors come back, is you start to look for certain ones every single year. And like, oh, they are cool. They're still with us.
It wouldn't be the podcast if I didn't ask. What's your least favorite memory?
Storms.
Storms. Okay.
Yeah.
We've had some storms several years that have, hey, we're on pause for a couple hours while these storms roll through. And the year we were at Northwest, we did it at Northwest recently, right around COVID. Tents were lost. I mean, the storms are awful.
So for the past 30 years, you've done this roughly. Well, let's say, right? In theory, you don't want to see as many people every year, right? Because like that means cancer is very rampant. So in theory,
the survivors, we want them to come back because this year we did a really cool thing. We had them line up. I can't remember the exact, but it was like if you've been a survivor for 20 years, and then 10 and 5, and 3 and 1, and then new less than a year.
Yeah.
So to see all these people in the back who are just newly diagnosed, to see. This is goals. This is life goals.
Do you
that's got to show them hope. The 1 year guys, that's got to show hope.
Do you get a lot of survivors who go into remission?
Oh yeah.
Would you say like quite a bit, or
Recently, yes. Due to the research, the things that are changing in the medical field, less people are dying from cancer than in years past.
okay?
I'm going to ask a very.
Oh, I didn't mean remission. I meant the opposite. Where it comes back.
That just depends. I mean, anybody can have it. My best friend did. She was diagnosed twice. And so it does happen, but usually not as often.
I was just curious.
So this is a very opinionated question. If you don't want to answer it, just tell me to piss off. I hear a lot of people say, well, cancer is probably curable. The big pharma company doesn't want to cure it because you're more money, yada, yada, yada. Do you believe that?
Parts of me, yes. Parts of me, no.
Okay.
I've heard multiple stories of people who, they did clean eating, they did power prayer, they did whatever they did.
Yeah.
And it worked for them.
Awesome.
That doesn't mean it's going to work for everybody.
Yeah. No, I'm a conspiracy theorist through and through, but there's some things that I'm like, I don't believe that completely, but
Also, politically charged question: how do you feel about the treatment of cancer with like RSO and CBDs?
I'm not familiar with RSO. I know several people who use CBD, THC. It helps them.
RSO is just highly concentrated THC. It's for Simpson oil. You can do it topically or like in your mouth.
Gotcha.
A lot of times the CBD version of the RSO is given to kids and it makes them stop seizing. But they've found out that like there's patients who are like, I don't want to do treatment because I just can't. I'd rather do pain management, and then they give them the RSO, and then they end up going into remission. So there's like
It wouldn't
correlation.
surprise me. I mean, I'm gonna yell at me for this because it totally goes against our mission, but marijuana is a plant. It's medicinal. There's got to be something it does.
Well, I was just asking your opinion.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. No, it's when we look for sponsors, we can't do anything with tobacco, anything with alcohol, anything with firearms, and anything with marijuana because it goes against the mission, which is healthy.
Yeah.
And marijuana is just on that.
Right
I mean, like
It's
topically,
right on that line.
topically, or another way that's not inhaling the smoke. You know what
Right.
I mean? I was just curious because I don't think there's a lot of research on it, but I know it is something that happens.
And I know a lot of people that use it for pain management. So
and I know we're asking you like you're the cancer expert. I mean, but really, it means a lot to come on and talk. Thank you. About I keep losing where I'm at, man. Geez, I normally I'm not like this. I do apologize. So doing all this for Relay for Life and seeing all these cancer people, I mean, do you lose a lot of people? Like see somebody one year and then the next year you don't?
yeah, it happens. And last year we had a team show up and we have a caregiver speaker every year. And she was our caregiver speaker. They lost him the day before. And she still got up on that stage and gave her caregiver speech. And they stayed for a little while. They didn't stay the whole time, but they stayed for a little while. And seeing stuff like that is so amazing. Our survivor speaker this year was a young gentleman, under 21, I would say.
Wow.
Very young gentleman, had melanoma, found it during a haircut at the barber.
Okay.
And he was inspiring, very inspiring.
Mm-hmm.
And their stories touch me every year. It doesn't matter who's telling it. I'm a sobbing mess. Like I said, it's very emotional.
Yeah.
And then we have a luminary ceremony too, that for those, it's whether they're fighting or they've passed, there's the little bags that are throughout and they get lit. And it's kind of moving to watch that.
Cancer touches everybody, period. I mean, there's not anybody in this world that can say, somebody who's got cancer.
We just lost our dog to
Yeah,
cancer
so-
in February. So
Do you think if more people knew that they could just come to Relay for Life, then more people would show up? Because I don't think there's an excuse of, oh, I don't know nobody with cancer. I think everybody knows somebody whose cancer's touched their life.
And they do, whether they know it or not, because some people are very private with their journey, with their story. They don't talk about it, which cool.
Yeah.
But everybody has been touched. And yes, we try to get out there. We're on Channel 10. We're on the radio stations locally, telling people, come on out, come on out, come on out. And we put signs up throughout town. But yeah, we welcome anybody and everybody to come out and hang out with us and have some fun, emotional time.
Yeah.
So other than like loss and grief reasons, what would be the most challenging part of the volunteer work that you do?
At times it's a lot of work. We have our sister event, which is Kris. Like we have 2 feeder events as well. If you've heard of the Ducky Derby, we used to race ducks down the falls. We've now moved that out to McCurdy Park in Somerset because the falls are needing some love.
Mm-hmm.
And then we do Bark for Life because we don't prefer not to have dogs at Relay because there's so many people.
Mhm.
So we have Bark for Life because dogs get cancer.
Mm-hmm.
Dogs can be caregivers, so they get their own event.
Oh, that's beautiful. I'm about to cry.
That's beautiful.
They get their own event. We generally do that in the spring. We're looking for a new location. Once we have it, it'll be posted on our website and on our Facebook group. And I help help plan those too sometimes.
Yeah.
And I come out and help at the events. And yeah, it's a lot. It can be very time consuming,
Mhm.
but it's so much fun and it's so rewarding.
What's the what year is the most memorable for you? And why?
I can't remember the exact year, but I had 3 friends fighting, and my little bitty friends and family team raised $10,000.
Wow.
And I pushed for it. I pushed for it. I'm like, we just got to do it once. We did. Usually we stick around 3,000, 4,000. But yeah, that year I had 3 friends all going through treatment, and
Wow.
10 grand. That was a hell of a year.
Yeah, no kidding. And you say you're a caregiver now, so do you still work a normal job and then caregive, or how does that work?
I was, yes. So
Wow.
she would tell me when her appointments were. I would tell her what my days off were that I could take her.
Wow.
If there was something coming up, I would request the day off and take the day off and go.
Keep going, keep
I
going.
would go over just to visit her
Mhm.
on some days and
Okay.
whatever she needed. She had to go get blood work after all of her appointments. I'd take her for her blood work.
Well, I know this might get a little emotional, and once again, I do apologize that we're a little all over the place. Yeah, well, I already told you. So once again, I apologize, but you must be really dang good friends with her to do that. Do you mind if I ask where that story started, when you guys became friends?
So it's kind of a funny story. I used to babysit my nieces and my nephews out in Parma, and the kids would all call, and I was the mean one. I was the mean babysitter. And they, oh, hey, Kris, it's here. Nope, nope, nope. Run, hide from the house. She happened to be friends with my niece's cousin.
Okay.
So she knew me back then, and we met up again when I started working at Walmart. In 2008, I started working at Walmart.
Okay.
And she went, Aunt Kris, is that you? And I went, okay, there's only a few people that know me by that name.
Yeah.
Who are you? And she told me. And it was, so we just clicked again and became really good friends. And it just kind of snowballed from there.
What is your favorite memory with her?
Oh my God, we have so many. Our midnight shenanigans at Relay probably are the best.
Okay.
People put up those cardboard cutouts so you can stick your face through, or they have whatever their decorations. We go through at like 2, 3 in the morning, and like we're pole dancing on the thing from the Lorax.
Oh,
Yeah, or we've got our faces through, or Dawn used to do this giant cake, and we'd pretend like we were eating it, and like we're gonna take a big bite out of the top of it, and just crazy shenanigans.
Somebody got that.
Her and I were known for our shenanigans.
Awesome. That's really cool. Geez, when did she pass? You don't mind my asking?
Last February.
That's hard. I'm sorry. Still doing Relay for Life. Is there anybody now that you're doing it for?
Oh yeah. Oh
Okay.
yeah. One of the ladies on our team, we met her when my daughter was in 1st grade, and my daughter and her son went all the way through school together until 8th grade, and then my daughter transferred schools. She is a survivor, so she's on our team. She comes out and walks with us, and her mom had cancer as well. She lost her mom a couple years ago, but they were all part of our team. My mom is a skin cancer survivor,
Okay.
so having family that goes through it and a lot of friends, and one of the girls on our team that went to the career center with my daughter is a survivor.
Okay.
So,
Do you mind telling us who's all on your team?
oh God, there's so many of them.
Maybe, and maybe not names, but so I'm guessing your mom's on.
My mom, well, she is on our team, but she lives in South Carolina.
Oh, okay.
But she joins our team every year as a survivor.
Awesome.
And my sister's mother-in-law, who's also a survivor, they live in Nashville.
Okay.
They're on our team.
Oh, jeez.
They're remote on our team. They're trying to get into stuff down there. And then it's all friends and family. It's a small team.
Okay.
We're small but mighty.
Mhm.
And some of them even, like, there's one couple, they were looking for a team. A friend of mine knew her, sent her to my team,
Okay.
and now we're close with them, and which is awesome.
What does joining your team look like? Let's say me and Katie want to go down there. What does joining a team look like?
You would go on the website, which is relay.org/team. Jackson County MI.
Okay.
You would find our team, which is Dream Believers.
Yeah.
Click it, hit join.
No kidding.
And it's just going to have you register.
Oh, geez, so you can't disapprove people. Let's say somebody you don't like wants to.
Oh, well, the way
I'm just saying.
So that's the funny one, because my daughter and I had to have a conversation about this. That there are some people we all don't get along with.
Yeah.
When it comes to relay, we have to put that stuff aside
Understood.
because we're all there for a common goal
Yeah.
and a common cause.
Man.
And so it doesn't matter how I feel about you today.
Yep.
I could spit on you on the street today, but I'm going to welcome you with open arms at relay.
God, that's awesome to me, man. That is pretty awesome.
What is the most rewarding thing that you personally get from doing this work? I mean, doing it for a long time. So, like, what makes you keep going and
In the hope that my grandchildren will see a world with less cancer death.
Do you think it is ever possible or fathomable that cancer can be
eradicated?
eradicated? Thank you for saying that.
I would love to see it happen. I don't think we'll see it in our lifetime. But the way that the trend has been going down on death, I think we'll see a lot more survivors and a lot less it being a death sentence.
Do you know any statistics about stuff? that you
If
wanna
I
share?
would have put them down on paper. I actually thought about that earlier and I was like, oh, I should do that. And my dog cuddled in and there went that.
I sometimes forget. My brain remembers stuff really crazy. So sometimes, like, I can just write stuff. So sometimes I forget that other people like visually need to see things,
Yeah.
whereas I'm just like, what?
Yep. And cancer.org has all that information. So
I'm gonna.
it's got all kinds of info. Also, a couple years ago, God, I don't even remember how many years ago now, they do cancer prevention studies, and CPS3 rolled out quite a few years ago, and I joined that. So I get surveys every so often to go in and just answer some questions, and so I'm even doing prevention studies.
Well, no, I mean, and this is something you're passionate about, so this is awesome. I mean, really, and so I invited you on the podcast. You said yes. When you're on your way over here, or when we invited you on, you said yes. Was there anything you really wanted to say about what's coming up or about Relay for Life?
I just want people to come out and more people to know about it. I feel like we're missing people somehow that don't know about us and really should.
Is there a website that I can tag besides the cancer.org?
So we have a Facebook page. It is Relay for Life of Jackson County.
Okay.
Might be Jackson County, Michigan, or Jackson County MI.
Mhm.
And then
Okay.
Relay for Lake, well, Grass Lakes is tied in with ours now.
Wow.
And then relay.org/Jackson County MI. So yeah.
Relay.
Do you guys have a budget for advertising or anything of that?
We do. Katie, which is our ACS representative, she comes down for our meeting. She's our go-to person. Anything that we have to pay out comes out of our budget.
Gotcha.
So we try to come in under budget.
Yeah.
When we do,
Yeah.
we come in under budget. So that's good.
Well,
Some of the places will do it without charging.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Yes.
Allegra Print Mail has done quite a bit for us.
awesome. Yeah, I don't want to put words in his mouth because I cannot speak for him at all. But we know a guy who started a newspaper, and I'll give you his number. And when we're out of here, maybe he'll run something for you. It's not a huge newspaper, but he's a very nice guy. So we actually get our little podcast once a month. I pay for a little placement. So wow. Yeah, you know, and during these podcasts, I never feel like I'm going to ask enough, and I never feel like I'm going to hit what I wanted to. But you know, here we are. So, celebrating 40 years of Relay, though, do you know anything about when they started off?
In 1985,
Okay.
Dr. Gordy Klatt wanted to raise some money for Relay, and he ran around a track for 24 hours.
No shit.
That's a
He
fundraiser.
ran himself.
In his little shorty shorts in 1984. Yeah, we've seen pictures. We're in shorty shorts.
Oh, man.
And so then the next year, some people joined in with him, and they started building up and building teams, and just it went from there.
Started from one dude running for 24 hours. Well, so you say you've been doing it for about 30 years. So 10 years later, so you've seen it go from small to something huge.
At one point, we had 110 teams out at Cascades.
Oh shit.
Oh, so
That was pre-COVID.
Yeah,
We
well,
had
that's a
110
lot.
teams, and that was crazy. We took up all of Randolph Street
Damn.
and the from the drive-in to go into the falls
Mhm.
down to that little building that's right there.
Yeah, yeah.
We had teams.
Damn.
So we took over part of Brown Street,
And that's 110 teams for Jackson.
Jackson County.
What's the biggest relay for life, man?
Probably Tacoma, I would say, because that's where it started.
Okay.
So I would say they probably have the biggest, but
Okay.
I'm
could be wrong.
peeking at the website a little bit. The luminarias are cool. That's really cool. So when you donate it, who decorates them? Do you get to, or?
it depends. Like our team, we've let people do them themselves if they want them. We give them the bags. They do their thing. Usually the teams decorate them. We went from the bags
Mhm.
to the signboard stuff.
Yeah.
We have those, and my daughter put with laminate all the people's names. We have two completely full and one sheet.
Okay.
Because we were tired of lighting over 100 candles every year because it takes a while.
Yeah.
So we went to that, and then we light those up. And
What does sponsorship look like? Like somebody wants to sponsor a team.
so our smallest sponsorship, I believe, is 500. It's either 500 or 1,000.
Okay.
We do some other ones, like Ducky Derby does a 250, a 500, and 1,000.
Okay.
So if you sponsor that, you sponsor the relay
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Bark does sponsorships that are like 50 and 100.
Cool.
And the same thing.
Yep.
If you sponsor one, you sponsor them all.
Awesome.
And then there's, I think the biggest one I've seen is either 5,000 or 7,500.
Okay, so because we live in a terrible culture of like, I give something. Do people get swag if they donate or something like that? Just curious for.
And the reason we're asking, because I feel like most people don't donate unless they get something.
Mhm.
And you're right. A lot of people don't donate unless they get something, which is why we do all the fundraising out there.
Mhm.
Normally, no,
I
there's
was-
not any kind of spec. If you join, there's a legislative piece called ACS Cancer Action Network, that if you donate, I think to join it is like $10, but if you give 25, there's usually a little piece of swag just for that little
Yeah.
extra donation.
Mhm.
So that one sometimes is a draw for people, but
Gotcha.
a lot of people, when you tell them it's for cancer,
Mhm.
they just
Well,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Well, no, yeah, we hate to have that. 'Cause, like,
Right,
we
no,
don't
I get it.
expect nothing.
If I give something, I'm not expecting something in return. But I feel like in the culture that we live in now, sometimes it's like, well, what do I get if I give?
Yep.
So
Which is
that's
sad.
that
Yeah.
peace of mind that you're helping.
which is good enough for
That's
me.
good enough for us. You know, that is-
And it's funny because when I worked retail, people try to tip because you're doing a good job or whatever, and they're really happy. And they try to force that in, and my answer is always just give it to your favorite charity.
Yeah.
And sometimes they're, well, what's your favorite charity? I'll give it to that. And I'm so happy to tell them.
When it's your birthday on Facebook, do you do the fundraiser for my birthday thing?
I don't, because we used to do a lot of the businesses do dine and donates. And so we would do like Lone Star or somewhere do a dine and donate on my birthday or as close
That's
to
cool.
it. And it's come out and buy me a drink.
Yeah.
And your proceeds and stuff are going to go towards our team,
Awesome.
towards our cause. So yeah, I've done a few of them coordinating with my birthday to.
So I'm glad we've met. I would really like to help in any way, even if it's just setting up. This is cool. I really think this is fucking cool. I'm not even gonna say part of my mouth.
I was waiting for it.
No, yeah, I'm not even gonna say it this time. No, this is really cool. And like I said, I'll reiterate, I'm sorry we stumbled around. This is new for me. This is interesting. Donating like restaurants or businesses in Jackson, it seems like everybody would want to line up to donate. It's not that way, or
It's a lot of them in Jackson do. In our raffle tent, we end up with gift cards constantly
Awesome.
that were donated by a team, but they went and got that donated. Like I've had, when my friend was still with me, we went out and Rudy's gave us a whole little box full of swag
Awesome.
Oh,
and
that's
some
cool.
gift cards, and that
Yeah.
was her favorite restaurant.
Yeah.
So she was really excited about that one. She's like, I gotta get that. And I'm like,
So it says something about a Hall of Fame on here. You want to talk a little bit about that? It says something about the Honored Hall of Fame. Hold on, let me go back to where it just was. It says that Our Relay for Life Hall of Fame honors visionary leaders.
That one, I think you have to nominate people to get into.
I was just curious. Like I said, I'm peeking at the website a little bit.
Yeah, we do a big leadership conference. Usually it's in November. And Jackson County has won several awards for being like the top relay in Michigan.
Cool.
The top relay. Well, we've usually come in the top 10, top 5 in our region.
That's impressive.
And we even ended up with Tacoma.
Oh,
And we still came in the top 10, I believe.
Yeah,
Like, we've been in the top 20 in the nation before.
the top performers, because it says that Relay for Life volunteers love a good competition. So you're in competition to see who can fundraise.
We
more.
even do competitions at our relay. So there's 2 that I head up. One is a porta potty competition.
Okay.
Teams have things they have to do, goals they have to meet throughout the year. And the team with the most points gets their own porta potty on their site.
Oh, that's
Nice.
cool.
You don't have to share.
Hell yeah.
I mean,
Worth it in
that's
itself.
fire.
Worth it in itself.
And then another one we do is called the Fight Back Club, which we now also have Fight Back Club training camp. Same thing, there's different criteria you have to meet. If you get in the training camp, you get a cool sign for in front of your site. If you get Fight Back Club, you get the sign and you get t-shirts
Awesome.
that I have been helping design the last couple years that are pretty special. I usually try to go with our theme. We have a theme every year. This past year, it was storybooks, children's classics.
Oh,
So we took and had everybody bring books to donate that are going to be distributed to daycares, preschools,
Cool.
and elementary schools. Usually we do a food collection to also give back to the community.
So clearly research for cancer has got to be insanely expensive. How much roughly, if I'm allowed to ask, do you think you guys raise every year? Collectively.
Collectively,
Collectively.
it's in the millions.
Awesome. Well, that's good.
And I know, last I knew, I think there were 20 research grants that are in Michigan.
Okay. Okay. Does MOTS do a lot of MOTS is the cancer kids, right?
Lots of kids.
Mine is the Children's Hospital.
What's the one that's
St. Jude.
St. Jude?
St. Jude.
The thing, how do they tie in at all?
Does ACS work?
Yeah, they tie in.
Funny story about St. Jude's. So Danny Thomas started St. Jude's. Danny Thomas's cousin was my Aunt May.
No shit.
And so
Awesome.
I love that Danny did St. Jude's, and St. Jude's is an amazing organization. They also are a nonprofit, just like ACS. I don't know if they actually collaborate on anything, but we're all here for the same goal. So if you love those commercials with Marla and you want to give to St. Jude's,
Now, do you guys work with like the Shriners at all, as well as like St. Jude's? Because they do the Shriners Hospital,
Yeah.
which is just in general children.
we haven't. The only ones like we have, which is really cool, is the American Legion, the Vietnam vets.
Yep, yep.
Awesome.
They have a site out at our relay every year. They are our honor guard.
Oh, that's cool.
The Boy Scouts now are joining their honor guard because they've started having teams. So it's kind of cool to see them come in. I'd like to see the Girl Scouts come in and a few other organizations that are around.
So somebody could make a team. Let's say I
You
work
can
at
make a team.
PPG now. PPG says, you know what? I want to make a team. I want to donate something. So I just get the guys from PPG and we come down and or we apply and we make a team.
Start a team and hang out.
Shit. That's. Thank you for this. No, really, thank you for this.
So-
This is cool.
I think it'd be cool. You could like partner with the Girl Scouts cookies and like
Well,
do the thing.
and it seems like you would want to collaborate more. Do you think there's more room for people working together? Okay.
A lot more room.
Okay. Cause like you hear on TV, you hear like the cops never work with the FBI, even though they're for the same goal. So is it kind of the same, like a couple different organizations going for the same thing? We got to work together.
And I would think that somewhere down the line, everything kind of intersects.
Yeah.
We just don't know about it.
Understood.
Because our researchers that are researching here in Michigan, that's helping St. Jude.
Yeah.
That's helping Vanderbilt down in Nashville. That's
Yeah.
helping all of those. That just happens to be where they go to school and wanted to do their research.
Yeah.
So it's with cancer research, it goes everywhere.
And they do some crazy stuff.
Yes.
Did you know, I'm gonna info dump a little bit,
Please do.
about how they took the AIDS virus, the HIV virus, and they took the hat off of it that makes it like HIV.
Mm.
So it still has the, like, it penetrates your immune system and compromises your immune system, but they put a treatment in it that is made for it to attack the cancer cells. And they gave it to
Okay.
this girl. It was experimental. I don't remember. She was really young. She was like turbo cancer, like 7 or 8.
Mm.
And I think she just celebrated like 24 years cancer free
Wow.
because her parents were like, you want to give her HIV to cure her cancer. And
It's crazy the things they can do. The researcher that came and talked to us he's still researching, which is awesome. The only thing that any of us can remember, because it's been quite a few years ago that he came, is something to do with lightning bug butts. How they light up.
Really?
Okay.
So like the bioluminescence.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're doing something with that.
Huh.
And so we all went, oh, we learned about lightning bug butts. I mean, obviously there's a lot more to it, but we all still remember him coming and talking to us.
Yeah, I think the wildest one I heard was the HIV one. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Makes sense, but that's crazy.
But I think it's something with the bioluminescence. They can shoot it in and kind of pinpoint.
oh
and
right, so like
a
light it up.
like for meds and stuff, you can see where it's like,
Yeah.
oh, that's cool.
So there's thousands of teams, I'm guessing, in the United States.
Oh, yeah.
Like 100 or
Well,
100.
and not just United States, we are global.
Okay. Okay.
A couple years ago, we had a team. We were doing this whole sister thing,
Yeah.
and there's another Dream Believers over in Ireland.
Oh, cool.
And so
dude.
I have them on Facebook, and we were,
Awesome.
back and forth with them, and which was kind of cool.
The reason I asked that is because, like, all these teams, let's say, is there a big relay for life? Like, all these different.
That would be really cool.
Okay.
That would be really cool.
You should do like Relay for Life World Tour.
Well, the reason I asked that is because I'm thinking, like, all these teams, like I just thought that maybe that's something to do, like, everybody in Washington, D.C. I mean, I'm just saying per se.
There is a walk actually in DC.
Oh.
It's called Lights of Hope.
Okay.
So they take the pool
Oh, cool.
and they line it with Luminaria.
Oh, that's cool.
And they do that, I believe, September.
Okay. I just felt like there would be, like, a huge one. That's just me.
It would be cool.
Okay.
It'd be cool just to even do a big one here in Jackson.
Yeah.
Because we collaborate a lot with the other ones here in
Mm-hmm.
or here in Michigan. So a few of them.
I think it'd be cool for like an exchange program to where it's like some people here can go wherever and they can come over.
We
here
did
and,
a Luminaria bag exchange with like around the world. So that was kind of cool. They sent theirs to us. We sent ours to them.
yeah,
and-
like pen pals.
yeah.
That's so cool.
So, what is the date for this year's Relay for Life in Jackson?
Well, we just had it in August. It
Okay.
was August 1st and 2nd. So hopefully next year will be around the same time.
And you did say October 3rd.
October 3rd
for,
is
like-
Grass
That's
Lake.
what I meant. I'm sorry.
Nope.
I watered that. Sorry.
And some of the fundraising that John does is, have you heard of the Marshall Motors Car Show?
Yeah.
That's a Relay for Life fundraiser for Grass Lake.
Okay. Awesome.
And then, like I said, he does a hot dog sale, usually at Frank's
Mhm.
over 4th of July weekend. And he does some pretty cool stuff for that one. He's doing a spaghetti fundraiser this year,
Oh, that'd be fun.
spaghetti dinner. He's going to be selling tickets for that. He does a couple other things that he does. He's raised over $20,000.
Wow.
He is the voice of Grass Lake
Awesome.
Relay. And
Well,
one of my good friends is you
Yeah.
haven't figured that out.
well, really, thank you for coming on, and thank you for dealing with my learning on this one. We will ask the same wrap-up questions, and then I'll give you your gift card. And thank you. I want to reiterate, thank you. Is there anything that I missed that you would like to share? Anything I should have asked that I didn't?
I don't think so.
Any shout outs or anything like that?
I've pretty much done them throughout. So.
Maybe in the future, maybe after the Grass Lake one, I would like to re-invite you on. Now that I kind of know what I'm talking about, I should have. No, but really, because not very often do you get a second chance. And so my first ever episode, we interviewed Cartoon Bondurant. It was terrible. It was the worst interview I've ever done.
It was our first.
Yeah, well, yeah, but then but I got the chance to do it again. So maybe after the Relay for Life, maybe we can get back together and do this.
Absolutely. Yep. Our website will flip over to next year, usually the first week of October.
Okay.
So then it'll be.
Go
You
guys.
You're gonna tell me you got a team, right?
Yeah. Hey, seriously, well, seriously, I want to be a part of this next year. Thank you. So my other wrap-up question: what is your definition of success?
be the best person you can be always.
My questions aren't very applicable, but I'm gonna try. Uh, so, if you could go back to when you first started doing your volunteer work, would you get along with you then and you now, or like how would that interaction go, and vice versa? So, like, how would you interact with younger you, and how would younger you interact? With
I would slap younger me around a lot more.
I agree with me. Like,
Younger me, her and I got issues.
and if you could use one word to describe your entire journey in this whole process for Relay for Life, has to be one word from where you started to where you are now, what would that word be?
Amazing.
Amazing. Okay, so this episode,
I'm working on it.
I always give out a gift card. I'm not worried about
Okay,
reading
cool.
it. Just a gas card. XCOM Mobile, $20. At the end of every episode, we give out a gift card. If there's nothing else we can do to say thank you, that's at least me saying thank you. So, and so you don't drive out here with your gas. So thank you very much.
5 minutes away.
Awesome. Well, there you go. Either way. So thank you for coming on. Thank you for struggling with us here. And that's it.
Yeah, and will you sign our table?
Yeah. Awesome.
All right, thanks guys. We just
Thank you.
lost videos. So.
So I'm gonna